Today is April 3rd. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're on Chapter 6. In action, we'll read page 80. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 11. We'll read page 102. And of course, read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. I apologize for my voice. I don't know, I just felt fine last night. Woke up this morning with sore throat and voice is a little shot, but hey, the show must go on, right? And it's Friday, so, we just got to hold on. We're going to make it today. Maybe it's because I stayed up late last night and watched the Flyers game, who knows? But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. At least the Flyers won. All right, my friends, so if you recall from yesterday's reading, we've been talking about making restitution, to right our wrongs here and making these amends. And we are going to build on that idea on page 80. Before taking drastic action, which might implicate other people, we secure their consent. If we have obtained permission, have consulted with others, ask God to help and the drastic step is indicated, we must not shrink. This brings to mind a story about one of our friends. While drinking, he accepted a sum of money from a bitterly hated business rival, giving him no receipt for it. He subsequently denied having received the money and used the incident as a basis for discrediting the man. He thus used his own wrongdoing as a means of destroying the reputation of another. In fact, his rival was ruined. He felt that he had done a wrong that he could not possibly make right. If he opened that old affair, he was afraid that it would destroy the reputation of his partner, disgrace his family, and take away his means of livelihood. What right had he to involve those dependent upon him? How could he possibly make a public statement exonerating his rival? After consulting with his wife and a partner, he came to the conclusion that it was better to take those risks than to stand before his Creator guilty of such ruinous slander. He saw that he had to place the outcome in God's hands, or he would soon start drinking again, and all would be lost anyhow. He attended church for the first time in many years. After the sermon, he quietly got up and made an explanation. His action met widespread approval, and today he's one of the most trusted citizens of his town. This all happened years ago. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. And in yesterday's reading, we've been talking about meditation and kind of breaking down the St. Francis prayer and talk about how practical meditation can actually be. So today we are going to be talking about prayer, and this is on page 102. Now, what of prayer? Prayer is the raising of the heart and mind to God. And in this sense, it includes meditation. How may we go about it? And how does it fit in with meditation? Prayer, as commonly understood, is a petition to God. Having opened our channel as best we can, we try to ask for those right things of which we and others are in the greatest need. And we think that the whole range of our needs is well defined by that part of Step 11 which says, knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. A request for this fits any part of our day. In the morning, we think of the hours to come. Perhaps we think of our day's work and the chances it may afford us to be useful and helpful, or of some special problem that it may bring. Possibly today, we will see a continuation of a serious and as yet unresolved problem left over from yesterday. Our immediate temptation will be to ask for specific solutions to specific problems, and for the ability to help other people as we have already thought that they should be helped. In that case, we are asking God to do it our way, Therefore, we ought to consider each request carefully to see what its real merit is. Even so, when making specific requests, it'll be well to add to each one of them this qualification: if it be thy will. We ask simply that throughout the day, God place us in the best understanding of his will that we can have for that day, and that we be given the grace by which that we may carry it out. "24 hours a day, April 3rd. AA thought for the day. When I was drinking, I was absolutely selfish. I thought of myself first, last, and always. The universe revolved around me. When I woke up in the morning with a terrible hangover, my only thought was how terrible I felt and what I could do to make myself feel better. And the only thing I could think of was more liquor. To quit was impossible. I couldn't see beyond myself and my own need for another drink. Can I now look out and beyond my own selfishness?" Meditation for the day. Remember that the first quality of greatness is service. In a way, God is the greatest servant of all because he's always waiting for us to call on him to help us in all of our good endeavors. His strength is always available to us, but we must ask it of him through our own free will. It is a free gift, but we must sincerely seek it. A life of service is the finest life that we can live. We are here on earth to serve others. That is the beginning and the end of our real worth. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may cooperate with God in all good things. I pray that I may serve God and others and so lead a useful and happy life. Daily Reflection, April 3rd. Accepting our humanness. We finally saw that the inventory should be ours, not the other man's. So we admitted our wrongs honestly and became willing to set these matters straight. As Bill sees it, page 222. Why is it that the alcoholic is so unwilling to accept responsibility? I used to drink because of the things that other people did to me. Once I came to AA, I was told to look at where I had been wrong. What did I have to do with all these different matters? When I simply accepted that I had a part in them, I was able to put it on paper and see for it what it was: humanness. I am not expected to be perfect. I have made errors before and I will make them again. To be honest about them allows me to accept them and myself and those with whom I had the differences. And from there, recovery is just a short distance ahead. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. It's some beautiful stuff. I love how the 12 and 12 on 102 and I believe it was the 24 hours a day are pretty related, talking about usefulness and service, right? So on 102 here in the 12 and 12, in the morning we think of the hours to come. Perhaps we think of our day's work and the chances it may afford us, here it is, to be useful and helpful, or of some special problem that it may bring. Possibly today we will see a continuation of a serious and as yet unresolved problem left over from yesterday. Now our immediate temptation, as it says a little further on, is that we'd ask God to do it our way. But I love how there's the little disclaimer at the end. We might want to add, if it be thy will. So a lot of times when I'm praying for others, I always try to add that now. Especially like if it's my will that they be healed of a certain ailment or whatever it might be that they're going through. I have to remember that I'm not God. That I just pray that God's will be done. Because I have faith that my higher power has a master plan to all this. Even though I don't fully understand it, I don't fully understand some of the cruel things that happen in this world. I don't understand why it happens. I do know that my higher power is a loving higher power that brings hope and healing. And I have faith that there is a purpose to all of this. And I've heard the quote, and I've shared it a couple times, that faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is trust even in the presence of doubt. So a lot of times I just have to trust and go, okay, whatever happens, your will be done, and help me to accept that with dignity. And then talking about a purpose-driven life, I think it was also out of the 24 hours a day and part of the daily reflection, serving others. When I was drinking, man, the only person I wanted to serve was me. Just like the reading said, I think it was in the daily reflection. Or no, excuse me, the 24 hours a day. I'm getting all mixed up here. But yeah, I mean, all I could think about was, just give me the next drink. I've had a horrible day. I need a drink. Or I've had a great day. I want a drink. Or I don't even need a reason. I just want a drink. Withdrawal. And I was causing a lot of damage. And I didn't even realize it because I was in the eye of the storm, right? I think of all the times I stepped in a car in blackouts. And by the grace of God, I didn't kill anyone. And I'm still alive. And today, April 3rd, I'm trying to get the dates right here, I'm sober. Why me? Again, this is Robology. I think it's because I have a job to do while I'm here. And that's to carry the message, to try to help somebody else, to be of service to somebody else. I think that's a beautiful thing. Maybe that's why I'm here. I've said it a million times. I always wanted to be a writer. And I felt like if I didn't do that one thing that I always wanted to do, that I'm a failure, that I'm wasting my life. But how wrong I've been. When I look at it from a different angle now, maybe this is what I'm here for. Never would have planned it this way. But you know how men's plans go in the first place, right? All these things that have happened to me, all these things that I've been through experience, maybe it's for this moment, to be of service to my fellow man. I don't know. But I do know that my higher power doesn't want me to drink today. And I do know that it is a gift to be alive another day. And an honor to do this podcast one more day. My friend, if you are sober today, I hope you know that you're a miracle. And again, going with that Robology thing, since I'm already on that, right? Might as well keep going. I believe that you're here for a reason. And it's to help others, to serve others. And then you think, well, that's not fair. When am I going to be happy? Try serving others for a while. See how you feel. It's such an ironic thing, this whole sobriety thing, that we can't keep it unless we give it away. And all these things we were searching for in life, through the bottle sometimes, are given to us in sobriety, and then some. So thank you for being sober today, and you're giving a great gift to all those around you, and you have a unique superpower to help the next suffering alcoholic, and anybody else for that matter. And if you are not sober today, I want you to know, and I loved the daily reflection, that you're a miracle. We're human. We make mistakes. But today could be the first step toward change. Your story is not done yet. You can begin writing your new chapter today. So I pray that you get the help you need. And my friends, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other organization or sect. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery, honored to be here today. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.